Welcome back. We'll get to Kawhi Leonard in a second. But first, Nuggets, Blazers, Jamal Murray hitting the over-the-backboard circus shot, falling out of bounds.
This is a good way to start the game, Nick. This was the first field goal of the game after a 4-overtime disappointing loss in game number 3. Jamal Murray gets him started.
He was great from the beginning to the end. 6 straight free throws to ice it. Oh,
more right here. Getting to the rack. Dunks on 2 Blazers.
See, what did Coach Cal tell you about Jamal Murray when he was coming out of Kentucky?
Going to be a star, underrated, and potentially one day could lead the NBA in scoring.
He was excellent yesterday. And credit to both teams for not showing a lot of exhaustion just 48 hours after the longest playoff game in the NBA in 50 years. They both came out ready.
Rockets Warriors from Saturday. Clint Capella meets Andre Iguodala at the rim with an incredible two-handed block.
What'd he say to him, Jenna?
Miss me with that.
No. Get that shot out of here.
Get that shot away from the rim.
There you go.
Get it out.
Is that the block of the year?
That's the block of the year. Capella was calling on the Warriors, one of them in the semis in the Western Conference. He gets them here. Iggy leading the NBA in dunks in the playoffs.
If that's not the block of the year, what Jenna just attempted on me was the block of the year. What's up, Jenna?
Why couldn't you say miss me with that going up for the block? Miss me with that. I thought it was a legit answer to your question. I don't like getting them wrong. It's time for in or out.
Okay, still? Yeah, let's do it.
I won't take my time. Okay, no, I won't. Warriors-Rockets game 4 tonight in Houston. James Harden will look to build off his 41-point performance in their win Saturday. See you in or out on the Rockets taking down the Warriors to even up the series.
I'm in. I believe the Rockets have made a couple different adjustments. They are playing some small ball as far as Austin Rivers being on it. Man, their bench, they did get some contribution from them in Shumpert. I believe that they will get a different contribution. You can't depend on Shumpert. That's like finding money in the subway and everything. That's not going to happen every day. But their ability to drive the ball to the hole, get in the restricted area, those numbers up, I think 36 in game number 3. From 12 in game number 2. I think that was right. My statistician.
Something like that. But you're in. You're in on the Rockets winning tonight. I'm also in on the Rockets winning tonight. They're slight Vegas favorites, 2-point favorites after being 3.5-point favorites in game number 3. I think what Vinny said's correct. Is Harden going to have not just the 40-point game, but the 40-point game on a more efficient shooting? Is he going to finally break free of some of those clamps Iggy's put on him? If he is tonight's the night, I'm in on the Rockets winning a close one this evening.
All right, moving on to Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi dropped 39 in yesterday's win over the Sixers to even the series at 2-2. Kawhi averaging 38 points per game this series. Nick, you in or out on Kawhi being the best player so far this postseason?
I'm in, and that's with all due respect to Kevin Durant. Kawhi's given you 32 on 59% from the field and 50% from 3. If he hadn't missed those 2 layups those 2 free throws at the end of the game yesterday, he would also be shooting 90% from the free throw line. That's not even to mention his extraordinary defense. Last couple games, he hadn't a lot of help from teammates either. That shot you just saw right there is one of the biggest shots anyone's hit all postseason. Kawhi's playing, to me, like the best player in the league. I'm in.
I'm typically in on all things Kawhi. I got to send the audible here. I'm going to be in on Kawhi.
Oh, you're not going with KD?
KD has been special, leveled off the last 2 games, but he was playing at a pace that we thought he was the best player. Kawhi, both ends of the court, him and KD are both spectacular, but right now, shooting the basketball and shooting it from deep. Not getting a whole bunch of help when you can shoot 50% from 3-point line. The way he developed as a defensive player at the beginning stage of his career to where is now one of the most well-rounded players that we have in the league. I'm in. Kawhi, I'm in.
All right, moving on to the NFL now. The Browns are favorite to win their division, coming off a strong season. But new head coach Freddie Kitchens thinks otherwise, saying, quote, "We didn't do expletive last year, so see you in or out on the Browns being the team to beat in the AFC North."
Nick, when was the last time they won the division?
A long time ago.
Oh, okay. So I can't be in on something that happened a long time ago. You got to go with the team that typically, most predictably, have dominated that conference. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have done that. They are the team that you should have that respect for every year. With Tomlin still being there, with Roethlisberger still being there, don't get getting your hopes up just because L. Bell's not there. No, the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they do organizational-wise, and Freddie Kitchens. That's what he's telling the players, too.
I might feel that way if the Steelers had won the division last year, but they didn't. The Ravens did, and I don't think people are picking the Ravens to repeat, so if we're going to have a new divisional winner, why wouldn't it be the most talented team? Why wouldn't it be a team that has the potential to not only have the best offense in the division, but a greatly improved defense? The Steelers, to me, are not going to be markedly better without Antonio Brown than they were with him, so I'm in on the Browns being the team to beat.
I do. You millennials, you disrespect history and everything. You're like, hey, what's going on right now? That's what's important. But, Jenna, they haven't won the division in 30 years.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a long time.
Moving on to the Cowboys.
It's a long time.
Dallas going to have to spend their money wisely as they look to lock up Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and Amari Cooper. But according to COO Stephen Jones, there's no timetable set for Zeke's extension. Nick, you in or out on Zeke's contract being the Cowboys' top priority?
I'm out. They got to sign the receiver. They got to sign Amari. Amari's got 1 year left on his deal. Byron Jones has 1 year left on his deal. Dak Prescott's got 1 year left on his deal. You only got one franchise tag. All those guys, even if they're not as good as Zeke, are ahead of Zeke in the pecking order as far as importance. And because of the position Zeke plays, then I'd consider letting him play out this year. Then the 5th year option. Then the franchise tag. You could have as much of Zeke as you've already had, 3 years, in the future without giving him a new deal. I don't know why you'd rush, so I'm out.
And with him being a top pick, that 5th year option, that's going to be at a good number. So it's not as if, you're making him take less than the value on the open market. So I got to be out because the quarterback and the importance to it. I think Zeke is the best player, but you have to judge the position and the priority as far as when these other contracts are coming up. Dak, to me, should be the most important Cowboy.
Look what happened with the Le'Veon Bell situation. Did not end well with Pittsburgh. Ending with the Giants now. They shocked people when they drafted Duke quarterback Daniel Jones with that 6th overall pick. And even he knows he has to prove himself, saying, quote, "It's my job to make people believe in me." So CC, you went around on Daniel Jones starting at least 8 games this season.
I'm in. I'm in for a car crash. I'm in. I'm riding. I've got my seatbelt on. I'm in for it. I'm in for it. I think that, and I know people that are paid a lot of money, they miss. But, man, as far as these quarterbacks, man, I typically don't miss that far off. I think the Giants made a mistake. I think they forced this pick, didn't have to go for this pick. I think you could have got him later. But Dave Gettleman, hey, man, you said you know what to do. You know how to run a team. You've been to how many Super Bowls? He said you've been to
7.
Oh, 7 Super Bowls. Okay. All right, let's see if Daniel Jones gets you to 1, or let's see if his poor performance gets you fired before the Giants get back to their next Super Bowl.
I am out for a number of reasons. One is the Giants put out the most depressing hype video I've ever seen in my life. Put out a Daniel Jones hype video on their team Twitter account this weekend, and the first 4 passes are check downs to guys with 20s on their jersey. Check downs running back. That's where the Daniel Jones highlights they picked. But the other reason is I don't think Dave Gettleman's going to lie to me. Except for when he said he knows for a fact 2 teams were going to take him, and those other, I didn't sign Odell to trade him, and all those other lies. I don't think he's going to lie to me now when he says Daniel Jones could sit for 1 year, 2, 3 years. Who knows? Yeah. Listen, man, they love Eli. Eli's starting at least through Thanksgiving, so I'm out. If Daniel Jones gets in the game, it's not going to be till December.
Nick, they typically put your college highlights on those videos and everything.
Couldn't find those. And then in practice, they were like, man, all the deep passes are right. Deep passes even against defense going incomplete. Let's go check down to the fullback.
So you guys are both in on Daniel Jones.
Oh yeah. Well,
no, of course, not so much.
For different reasons.
Coming up, LeBron finally chimes in on the mess in Lakerland. Hear from him next on First Things First.